Archangel Michael says, "Beloved soul, there are moments in life when a connection that once felt distant or undefined begins to come into your awareness in a way that feels calm, natural, and deeply meaningful, not because something dramatic has happened, but because you are beginning to understand it at a deeper level." These moments do not arrive to create urgency. They arrive to create awareness. Archangel Michael says that soul connections are not always loud or immediate. They often grow quietly, through shared energy, through understanding, and through a sense of familiarity that you may not fully be able to explain at first. It is a connection that feels natural, as if it has always been there in some form. Beloved soul, there may have been times when you felt drawn towards someone without fully understanding why, moments where the connection felt different from others, more calm, more steady, and more meaningful. These feelings are not. They are part of something deeper. Archangel Michael says that when a connection holds deeper meaning, it does not need to rush to reveal itself. It unfolds gradually, allowing both individuals to grow into it naturally. Beloved soul, you may begin to notice small details that once felt ordinary but now feel significant. The way someone understands you, the way conversations flow, or the way you feel when you are around them may begin to stand out more clearly. These are not. They are signs of connection. Archangel Michael says that this message is not about identifying everything immediately or rushing to conclusions. It is about becoming aware of what you feel and allowing yourself to understand it without pressure. Beloved soul, take a moment to reflect on the connections in your life. Notice where you feel a sense of calm, where you feel understood, and where you feel a natural connection that does not require effort. Archangel Michael says that when something is aligned with your journey, it brings a sense of ease rather than confusion. Even if everything is not fully defined, there is a feeling that you are moving in the right direction. Beloved soul, you do not need to search for answers outside of yourself. What you are beginning to understand is already forming within your awareness. Archangel Michael says that as you continue forward, this connection will become clearer. Not all at once, but in a way that allows you to understand it step by step. Beloved soul, trust that what is unfolding is meaningful. It is not, and it is not without purpose. It is part of your journey. Archangel Michael says that this moment is not. It is a moment of awareness, a point where you begin to see something more clearly. Beloved soul, allow yourself to stay present with this feeling. Let it grow naturally, and trust that everything will reveal itself in the right time. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved soul, there comes a moment in a soul connection when what once felt subtle begins to deepen, not through loud expressions or sudden declarations, but through a quiet presence that becomes more consistent, more meaningful, and more difficult to overlook." It is in these silent expressions that true feelings often begin to reveal themselves. Archangel Michael says that not all feelings are spoken. Some are shown through presence, through attention, and through a steady energy that remains even when nothing is being said. This kind of connection does not need constant validation. It grows through understanding. Beloved soul, you may begin to notice that there is someone who chooses to be present in your life in a way that feels natural. They listen, they observe, and they remain, not because they are asked to, but because they feel connected to you in a way that they may not fully express yet. Archangel Michael says that when someone feels deeply, they often take time to understand those feelings themselves. They do not rush. They allow the connection to grow naturally, becoming stronger over time. Beloved soul, this is why you may feel that something is there, even if it has not been clearly spoken. You may sense it in the way they interact with you, in the way they respond, and in the way they create space for you in their life. These are not. They are reflections of something real. Archangel Michael says that a meaningful connection does not rely on constant words. It is felt in the energy between two people, in the comfort of shared moments, and in the ease of being understood without needing to explain everything. Beloved soul, take a moment to reflect on how you feel around certain people. Notice where you feel calm, where you feel seen, and where you feel a natural sense of connection. These feelings guide you toward what is meaningful. Archangel Michael says that as this connection continues to grow, it will begin to reveal itself more clearly, not through pressure or urgency, but through consistency and presence. Beloved soul, you do not need to rush to identify or define this connection. When something is real, it does not need to be forced. It becomes clear in its own time. Archangel Michael says that your role is simply to remain open, to notice what you feel, and to allow the connection to unfold naturally. Beloved soul, you may also begin to notice that your own feelings are becoming more clear. What once felt uncertain may now feel more grounded, more steady, and more real. Archangel Michael says that this mutual awareness is part of the connection. It is not one-sided. It is something that both of you are beginning to understand, even if it has not been fully expressed yet. Beloved soul, trust that what you are experiencing is meaningful. It is not, and it is not without purpose. It is part of your journey. Archangel Michael says that as you continue forward, more clarity will come. The connection will become easier to understand, and what once felt subtle will begin to feel more real. Beloved soul, allow yourself to stay present. Do not rush, do not overthink, and do not try to control what is unfolding. Simply experience it. Archangel Michael says, beloved soul, there comes a moment in a soul connection when everything that once felt subtle, every quiet feeling, every unspoken understanding, and every small moment begins to come together in a way that feels undeniable, not because something dramatic has suddenly changed, but because the consistency of the connection has become too clear to overlook. It is no longer just a possibility. It begins to feel real. Archangel Michael says that true connections do not need to announce themselves loudly. They reveal themselves through time, through presence, and through a steady energy that continues to exist even in the simplest moments. This is how something meaningful becomes clear without being forced. Beloved soul, you may begin to notice that this person is not only present occasionally, but consistently present in a way that feels natural. They show up, they listen, and they remain, not out of obligation, but because they choose to. This choice carries meaning. Archangel Michael says that when someone sees a future with you, it is reflected in how they include you in their thoughts, in their attention, and in the way they create space for you in their life. Even in small ways, there is a sense that you are part of their world. Beloved soul, you may also begin to feel a deeper emotional connection when you are around them. Conversations may feel more open, more genuine, and more comfortable. There may be a sense that you can be yourself without needing to hold back. This is not. It is a sign of alignment. Archangel Michael says that this stage of the connection is where understanding begins to deepen. It is where both individuals start to recognize what is forming, even if it has not yet been fully spoken. Beloved soul, there may be moments where you feel a quiet awareness, a sense that something meaningful is growing, even if it has not been defined yet. This awareness is important. It is part of how you begin to understand the connection. Archangel Michael says that when something is real, it does not create confusion. It creates a sense of ease, a feeling that you are in the right place at the right time. Beloved soul, take a moment to notice how you feel when you are around this person. Notice the comfort, the calm, and the sense of connection that may be present. These feelings are not. They are reflections of something genuine. Archangel Michael says that as this connection continues to unfold, it will become clearer. Not through pressure or urgency, but through natural progression. What once felt subtle will begin to feel more defined. Beloved soul, you do not need to rush this process or try to control it. When something is meant to develop, it does so in a way that feels balanced and aligned. Archangel Michael says that your role is simply to remain open, to trust what you feel, and to allow the connection to grow at its own pace. Beloved soul, you may also begin to notice that your own feelings have become clearer. What once felt uncertain may now feel more grounded, more steady, and more real. Archangel Michael says that this mutual clarity is part of the connection. It is not one-sided. It is something that both individuals begin to understand in their own way. Beloved soul, trust that what you are experiencing is meaningful. It is not, and it is not without purpose. It is part of your journey. Archangel Michael says that as you continue forward, the connection will reveal itself more fully, bringing with it a deeper sense of understanding and alignment. Beloved soul, allow yourself to stay present in this moment. Do not rush ahead or overthink what is coming. Simply experience what is unfolding. Archangel Michael says, beloved soul, there comes a moment in a soul connection when everything that once felt uncertain, every question, every quiet thought, and every subtle feeling begins to settle into a place of deep inner knowing, a place where the connection no longer feels like something you are trying to understand, but something you are simply experiencing with clarity and calm. This is the moment when the connection begins to feel like home, not because everything has been explained, but because everything feels aligned. Archangel Michael says that when a connection reaches this stage, it no longer creates confusion or overthinking. It creates peace. It creates a sense of ease that allows you to be fully yourself without fear, without hesitation, and without the need to question every detail. Beloved soul, you may begin to notice that your thoughts feel quieter now when it comes to this connection. The constant questioning fades, replaced by a steady awareness that feels natural and grounded. This awareness does not need validation. It simply exists. Archangel Michael says that this is where true connection reveals itself, not through intensity, but through consistency, through presence, and through a feeling of comfort that remains even in the simplest moments. Beloved soul, reflect on how this connection has evolved. The subtle beginnings, the quiet moments, the unspoken understanding, and the gradual clarity have all led to this point. Nothing was rushed, nothing was forced, and everything unfolded in its own time. Archangel Michael says that this is why it feels different now. Because it was allowed to grow naturally. It was allowed to become something real without pressure. Beloved soul, you may also begin to feel a sense of emotional balance within yourself. You are no longer pulled between doubt and certainty. You are grounded in what you feel, and this grounding brings a sense of peace. Archangel Michael says that when you are grounded in your feelings, you are able to experience the connection fully. You are not holding back, and you are not trying to control the outcome. You are simply allowing it to be. Beloved soul, this is where trust becomes natural. Not forced, not questioned, but present. You trust the connection, you trust yourself, and you trust the way things are unfolding. Archangel Michael says that this trust is what allows the connection to continue growing in a healthy and balanced way. It creates space for both individuals to be themselves while still feeling connected. Beloved soul, you may also begin to notice that your perspective has shifted. What once felt uncertain now feels clear, and what once felt distant now feels close and real. Archangel Michael says that this shift is not. It is the result of your growth, your awareness, and your willingness to stay present with what you feel. Beloved soul, this is not the end of the connection. It is the beginning of a new phase, one where the connection becomes part of your everyday life in a way that feels natural and aligned. Archangel Michael says that as you move forward, you will begin to see how everything continues to unfold in a way that reflects your understanding and your connection. Beloved soul, trust that you are exactly where you need to be. You are not missing anything, and you are not behind. Everything has unfolded in the time it was meant to. Archangel Michael says that this moment is not. It is a moment of alignment, where everything begins to feel right without needing to be explained. Beloved soul, allow yourself to fully embrace this connection. Let go of doubt, let go of overthinking, and trust what you feel within. Archangel Michael says that this is your moment to experience connection in its purest form, calm, steady, and real. If this message truly touched your heart, type Amen in the comments and share this message with someone who believes in real, deep soul connections.